Well, hello, and Happy New Year. Today we're going to do the first reading of the year, January 2023, for the sign of Capricorn. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Hope you're looking forward to the new year, and I hope it turns out to be the best one ever. Gosh, we have a lot flying out here. Sorry. When that happens, I just kind of stop talking because I'm so distracted by it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and open this general inquiry that has already kind of been opened here. The message that Capricorn needs to hear. January 2023, first reading of the year. Cards of advice, then we'll just jump right into it. I try not to screw around too much, talk too much, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't know. I'm not going to name any names, but I've watched some readers on YouTube that sometimes I just think they're screwing around just to make their video longer. Sometimes it's entertaining and you really do want to hear what they have to say, and a lot of times it's not. It's just a bunch of air. I try not to do that because that's not something I like. So I feel like my subscribers don't want that either. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it. 7 of Clubs. Feeling trapped? Capricorn? Feeling like something's not going anywhere? It's kind of the internal experience of that. Confinement. It could be a dead-end job. It could be a dead-end relationship. It could be a situation where you're feeling really confined, for sure, but just like you're limited in such a way that you feel like the walls are closing in. It's that kind of feeling. This came out with the 5 of Spades and the Ace of Clubs. Interesting. So the 5 of Spades is a breakup card. It's a breakup, and it can mean relationship, okay? But it also can mean a breakup in another sense. So it's usually something that's unexpected. It comes from the external. It's not something you initiated. It's something out of your control. Very interestingly, it showed up with the Ace of Clubs. I feel like so this is what I'm getting. I feel like you're trying to get something off the ground and you keep getting disrupted. Because with the 7 of Clubs, that's like you have maybe this grand idea, or I don't know, I keep hearing project, but it could be, let's say you're trying to learn a new skill to get into a completely new line of business, that kind of thing, change careers. Because the Ace of Clubs talks about acquiring new information and doing research and study and learning something, and it's, again, in the beginning stages of that because of the Ace. And I feel like the 5 of Spades is saying you keep getting thrown off track. And it's probably feeling really frustrating to you. 8 of Diamonds. Yes, I think there's something entrepreneurial about this whole situation. I was thinking that. This is the entrepreneurial card. It also, if you haven't reaped any benefits from what you've done so far, it's also the card of realizing that if you do break out on your own and you do this thing and you put the time, the effort, the sweat and the tears, so to speak, it's going to pay off. Because this is about returns on investment, but I see it more than just financial. It's effort. It's going up above and beyond, honestly. But the thing to remember about 8 of Diamonds is it's something you're doing on your own. Nobody is forcing you to do it. Nobody's working with you necessarily. It's something that you've created on your own, or it's an idea you've had on your own. So if you're not into the whole I'm going to do my own business thing, it's also, I think it's about going in a new direction in a career or a work situation. 2 of Spades. So this is the card of not breakup, but it's splitting off usually from one person or a situation. But it's like you and them. It's not a group. Whereas the Five of Spades that we just talked about can be a breakup in different manners of speaking. This is usually two people. It's romantic. It could be friendship. It could be family. It's the complete opposite of things working out and people getting along. It's disharmony. It's disconnect. It's alienation. And the sad thing about this is it's usually permanent. So let's go ahead and get more information, because this is quite the spread here, Capricorn. No, we don't want the whole deck. What else can you tell me about Capricorn's dilemma here? I do think it's a dilemma. Four of Spades. You've come out of a period of stress, so you are experiencing some stress relief at the moment. But you still have this disruption to deal with. The Four also talks about security and stability in home. So you're not like on the verge of bankruptcy necessarily. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's not just about finances, but your lifestyle is stable. Let's put it that way. What else can you tell me here? Six of Spades, Four of Hearts. Six of Spades talks about destiny. You're on the road to... or the path that you need to be on. And with that Six of Spades, you're looking at new options and opportunities opening up for you. Now the Four of Hearts is very interesting, because it's about being supported and connected. Again, a focus with the Fours on stability in the home life. So I'm getting that maybe you're being supported on your path. Like, let's say you've had a dream or you've had some kind of ambition. You're being supported in some way, whether it's by family, friends, a spouse. You have this backing. You see what I'm getting at? And the Six of Spades is about fate and destiny, but it's also probably coincides with some dream you've had, some goal. The King of Hearts could be the person. This just literally flipped out while I was saying that. The King of Hearts could be the person supporting you. This person has power and control for sure, because they're a king. It's also a water sign: Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or it could be representing something about you. And you having this in your chart, but I kind of don't think so. The thing to note, sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. The thing to note about the King, this is also the King of Hearts in particular. It's a fatherly energy, so it's somebody guiding you in a nurturing way, like a father, not so much like a mother, but like a father who guides, their flock in the right direction, because they offer guidance, support, and they're not afraid to tell you when you're on the wrong path, because that's the tough love thing, right? That's kind of the energy around this card. So, and it doesn't have to be male, but if somebody fits that description for you, that could be the support for sure, because it came out right after that Four Hearts, Six of Spades. Any more information, please? Nine of Hearts. So something completed, or is completing. Time is not linear, and so these readings are not necessarily like ... this is how it's going to happen. So this completion has happened in the recent past, is happening, or could be happening soon after you see this reading, for example. The thing about it is that you're very satisfied and content. This is a wish fulfillment. So something ended. And it fulfilled something on a deep level. Sorry, I'm taking a pause here because I am trying to think of the other elements involved with this, because it also talks about leveling up, like in a romantic relationship. It's about deepening a commitment, or things just working out more stable. Well, stability is not really a part of it, but just the depth of it. So let's say you've been involved with somebody for a long time. It's like something has not occurred. I'm not thinking of the right words, but it's like you've come to this place where everything has deepened and has gotten broader, and you're just like on a new level with them. It could be that kind of wish fulfillment, or it could be something else completely. But whatever it was, it affected you emotionally, and you're looking at being wrapped behind you and wrapped up. Now, it did come out right after that Six of Hearts. You could have ended things with a water sign, and it was something you really wanted to end. So in other words, you're not in this broken heart state. You're in the state of feeling trapped, but I don't think it has anything to do with the relationship. I think it has to do with this new beginning that you've been trying to get started. Queen of Hearts, interesting. So, like I just said with the King of Hearts, this is the motherly energy, somebody very nurturing. Again, very watery, very watery. You got so much water out here. I'm afraid we're going to flood. Again, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Doesn't have to be female. It just could be somebody that's around you who's nurturing towards you, or you're desiring this. Because again, oh, sorry, I'm having a hard time picking these up. With the Nine of Hearts, you kind of wrapped up a relationship, but it's also the desire for companionship on another level. And it could be this person, or it could be that you're feeling this way towards somebody, of course. These things can go both ways, right? So if it doesn't apply to you, it might apply to the other person. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of freaking water energy. It's like, I mean, I think what this all boils down to is you're on the lookout or desiring a deep commitment. Okay? I think that's what all that water energy is about. The wish fulfillment, something completing. The king and queen could represent two different people, two different water signs, for example. And you're desiring to perhaps deepen things with one of those people. I don't see the card of indecision. I mean, if I keep shuffling, I might get that. So I don't think you're deciding between people. I just think it's like, you know, they're out there, right? In the meantime, you have this support and connection behind. I was going to say behind you, but I don't mean like in the past, but around you. While you're trying to get this new start. And whatever it is, you keep getting knocked off track. And that's where the frustration comes in, right? Huh. Let's see, I'm going to keep going with that. What else can you tell me about Capricorn's situation? Four diamonds, again, big emphasis on fours. So this is all about security and stability in the home, but with the four diamonds, you're looking at a small windfall of some sort. Probably. Really, it does talk about money, monetary values. There's also a warning here about overspending. I feel like that's kind of a side message. I don't think it has anything to do with the Queen of Hearts, or the King of Hearts there. I think I'm going to go ahead and look at advice, because I kind of have a picture painted here. The only thing that I'm really curious about is this Two of Spades, some kind of split. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it could be, I guess, you split up with somebody and now it's done and it's over and it's in the past. because this all talks about relationship. This, I think, talks about some kind of new endeavor, some new project that you want to get started, that you hope to profit from, obviously. Let's go ahead and look at your cards of advice. 4 of Clubs. Look, you got all the 4s out here. Yep, they all showed up. The 4 of Clubs, again, talks about balance and security in the home. It's also about plans coming to completion, and I mean, it's pretty rock solid. So that's the overarching theme with your advice so far. Whoa, 10 of Diamonds. So it looks to me like you're headed down this path where you're going to be closing off a chapter, wrapping something up in a larger sense, that leads to great prosperity and success. Now, I always give my disclaimer about prosperity and success doesn't mean you become a millionaire. It's just that perhaps whatever goal you had set, you're going to achieve that with this 10 of Diamonds, which is very nice. And yeah, here's the 6 of Diamonds. This comes out a lot with that 10 of Diamonds because it talks about new opportunities and options presenting themselves to you so that you can take greater financial responsibility. And that just doesn't include being wealthy or better off than you were, but also paying off debt, paying back people who you owe, upgrading where you live, making repairs on a vehicle, maybe even purchasing a new vehicle. Queen of Diamonds, wow. So this is Earth energy. This could very well be you, Capricorn. A lot of times I see this as Taurus, just because Taurus has a very practical sense when it comes to money in general. I think more so than Capricorn or Virgo. But all 3 of you are Earth signs. So again, there's some authority and power wrapped up with her. She makes good decisions around finances. She's got a good head on her shoulders, very sound judgment. I think this is where you want to be. But you're stuck back here, being thwarted on this new start to get here. I see how that very well coincides with each other. That little mix right there, for sure. And of course, it's going to bring the stability. But I think you already kind of have that at the moment. Maybe there's like a sense that it's not permanent, and maybe that's why it's being emphasized. 8 of Spades. So there's some overwork going on. This is about being stressed out mentally, physically, emotionally, and needing to take a break or change things. If you're working for someone else, this could mean that you're putting in too many hours. You're being asked to do play too many roles, beyond your pay grade, for example. It's generally the workaholic card. So let's see what other advice can come out for Capricorn in that direction. That direction on my board here usually has another, theme than what it says this way. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going with that. The funny thing is, when I sat down here, I felt very clear-headed. Now I don't. So maybe this is how you're feeling as well. I mean, if these readings truly are as empathic as I feel they are, of course you're going to start picking up on the background emotion, which is the unspeakable part of it, right? It's just the part you feel. I'm definitely feeling like confusion is not the word, just cloudy, vague, like I can't quite see through the mist. Anyway, enough about me. The 7 of Spades. That 7 of Spades talks about truth being revealed. So, with that 8 of Spades and the 7 of Spades, I think something about your work, you've come to a realization, or something has revealed itself. Some hidden truth, something you weren't seeing before, or something that was intentionally hidden from you. It's usually not good, but regardless if it's negative or positive, it changes the direction, certainly of how you feel about things. What other cards of advice can you give me for Capricorn? Sorry, they were stuck together and now I see why. The Five of Hearts and the Black and White Joker. So things are up in the air with that Black and White Joker. They're not settled. We kind of got that sense anyway, especially down here. It's also the Fool card. So the Five of Hearts talks about separation. So going back to the Two of Spades and the separation here, I didn't see it so much with this Five of Spades, the breakup, but now I am seeing that there was a separation involved. It looks like it's still up in the air though, and you don't have vision of exactly how this is going to play out with that Fool energy. The Fool energy for some people can also mean a new start, which would certainly, if that fits your situation and you feel like you're on a new start after a separation, yeah, that would totally fit. But I also see the Fool card as just kind of being blindsided. You're not, privy to information about the future. None of us are. Crystal balls or whatnot. So you don't know what's in store for you. You don't know what lies ahead. The separation doesn't always have to be romantic. I'll just mention that. Sometimes it can mean somebody going off and having to work remotely or travel a lot for business. It could be something not quite as heavy as a breakup. But there definitely seems to be something not settled about that. Could have to do with your work, because we just did bring out that workaholic card. Yeah, I'm actually kind of seeing that may very well coincide together. The overwork, and then maybe realizing you had to travel so much you didn't know that in the beginning, and it's separating you from your home life. Definitely generates a feeling of things being unsettled. What other advice can you give, Capricorn? Yeah, you're a little disappointed by that situation. So, just to recap there, with the Eight of Spades feeling overworked, feeling stressed out, and the Seven of Spades, you realize some truth about the situation. The Five of Hearts is indicating, sorry, I'll pick these up so you can see them. There's some kind of separation involved, some kind of physical separation, traveling for work, that kind of thing. Just not being perhaps as grounded as you would like. It could be metaphorical separation, for example. It doesn't have to be literal. But things are definitely still up in the air. And there's an air of Fool energy. I'm also getting that about the thing about being in the dark with the Fool energy. It's like you don't ever know what to expect. That could be the part about you being in the dark. Nonetheless, the overall theme for that the situation over here is you're feeling disappointed by it. You're kind of sad about it. This is the broken heart card if it talks about relationship, but I don't think that's talking about relationship at all. I think it has to do with this work situation. And down here you were trying to change things by having a new start, but you keep getting off track. You keep getting thwarted. I keep hearing thwarted. Not like somebody's distracting you, but it's like the plans that you had, or the plan that you were going to put in place, for some reason it's not working. And you're feeling very discouraged and trapped by the whole thing. Like it's not going anywhere. But generally, you are very stable. You're still in this place of stability, and you have support around you. So that's one element of the frustration behind you, Capricorn. But I really feel like this is what you want to achieve. I think we all would want to achieve that. I mean, that's not like, specific for you necessarily, but since it came out in your advice, the road to prosperity and to success, and to be open to possibilities and options here with the opportunities card, you kind of need to embody this. And the only thing I can do to help you figure that out is to, again, describe the Taurus personality. Tauruses are very, most of the ones I met are very disciplined. You know, they're kind of frugal. They can be frugal. Let's just say they can be frugal, but they can also splurge on themselves or other people, you know, when they're feeling generous and they know it's okay. Like they've really looked at their accounts and they've looked at their finances and they go, oh yeah, it's okay, I can splurge. But they don't do that on a regular basis. So perhaps you're getting some advice here to change your attitude towards money. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And it's going to lead to this great prosperity. And it's going to wrap up some major cycle in your life. And I see the major cycle as being a learning lesson. Something you need to go through. You need to learn the responsibility behind this money, you see. I hope I'm making sense. This is actually kind of complicated. It's a very, in terms of tarot readings, it's very rich. Because it has a lot of things going on, right? So I hope that helped. I'm going to leave it there. I hope there was some guidance and some wisdom you could have gleaned from that situation. But if you'd like to see when the next reading comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe notifications or save one of my videos so you can find my channel again and check in. Okay? And I hope you have a very successful, happy, prosperous new year. And I will see you again soon. Take care.